Andrew and team, have you got any advice for us on the Yanni's amendments that you can probably see there?
Look, we're happy, it's not our advice, but we're happy for them to be voted on. In terms of the first one, the planning team is intending to put up a bid in the long-term plan for this work. They're doing all the early work now and we can't really comment much on the rest.
Okay, so you're happy with that? So I will ask Yanni if he's got a seconder. Tyrone. So we got questions or debate? How far? We never really did questions, did we?
Yeah. The substantive has been, yeah.
Yes. So we would, yeah.
It would need to be part of the LTP. It should be reflected in the amendment.
So do we do these ones now?
Yes,
right.
We do the amendments first.
Well, Sarah's amendments are part of the substantive, so we've got to do Yanni's amendments, which, is there any questions, discussion, anything on that? No.
So we just need to reword
yes. No, you're going down, you need to go back up. Number 1, number 2. Consider. No. Request that the council consider funding the district plan change as part of the long-term plan.
So the whole point is to actually get progress on this. You voted in the last LGP not to do it, so we're now 3 years behind.
Unfortunately, you won't be able to put that in the annual plan this late.
Okay, so if you changed, have we got the words changed to what Yanni is after, or do you want to leave it at that, Yanni?
It'd have to be the LTP.
So the amendments have been moved and seconded, so unless the mover and seconder agree to changes, this is what's on the table currently. So it needs to be voted on.
Okay.
Happy to get a report back on it, but I don't want to wait for the LTP because by that stage, it'll be delaying it even more. So, should I just request a report that? Yeah, request that council seek a report on how. Well, if it needs to be a decision, then it needs to be a report. So request that council seek a report on how it could fund the district plan change to add additional trees, the significant tree register as a priority. And then it's simple. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is that it? Yeah. You happy with that, Yanni?
Yeah.
Oops, we're changing something there. Advice. Yep. Okay. Does anyone want to debate this? Sarah.
Does number 3 need to be more specific for staff? It just says increase them, but it doesn't say what to, or is it? I'm not quite sure what you're after, Yanni. Is it taking it from some areas and putting it in others, or because staff won't be able to action it if they don't know what it means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I interpret that as council would like to see advice on how we can fund adding more trees to the significant tree register.
No, the next one.
That's
Sorry, I thought you said 2. Sorry.
Your report covers all of this, which is very good, I thought.
Yeah, look, well, it's the plan is not that specific down to a suburb by suburb level. It hasn't set individual targets for individual suburbs. It's set a minimum for all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want?
And
I mean, I'm happy
to
to chuck some
prioritising low canopy areas.
Mm-hmm. Which you have said you will do.
So yeah, what you're after is the areas that have a lot of cover now to be prioritised. That's currently
That's in the plan already, Councillor Templeton.
It's already there. Everything's all. We don't need.
We have the targets, so.
So we'll put it.
But we don't have targets at that scale.
Yeah.
And you haven't said what you want. I don't think it's a motion that can be
So this is what I raised in the workshop. Can we have some targets? And do you want me just to say that we set targets? Is that better?
There's no
I mean-
use setting targets. As we heard from the staff, it's got to be bound by communities, and I think the plan is really good how it's set out. They've said that about the fruit trees and other things. So
No. Staff have been clear in their advice. Andrew, in relation to number 3, because there isn't any specificity to it, understanding that the plan already states that it will do low canopy areas as a priority, is it that is reconfirming that requirement? How would we go about meeting number 3?
Well,
Aims.
actions rather than words.
Yeah.
Getting on with it. They are prioritised. We've already started the process of prioritising these locations, getting the board to approve those and getting them in the ground. And it's 3 to 4 years before we can start monitoring where that's going to go.
That's right.
So
Melody's
the
come
more
up. Melody's
postulating we do, the
Yeah, you do.
longer it's going to take.
I'd just like the staff to finish their advice before we jump to the next one.
I just wondered if you could add the word aims to increase, because I think we'd all agree with that. Because it's non-specific, that clause. If you
Well,
put,
it's not, sorry, it's not very clear. Are you asking us to have higher targets for low canopy areas
not
than
mine.
other areas?
Or
Or
do
are
you
you asking us to raise the minimum for the
want,
entire city?
you could do that if that's easier. If you look in the charts that we've got, and again, this is why I raised it at the workshop, is there any targets we have around these actions? There's none. There is one that is currently unfunded, or says funding required. So again, it's kind of hard without having the specific targets, but based on what people have said through the submissions, people want us to be bolder and do more, right? So I want to send a signal that we're going to do more. So if you want that just to be increasing the tree canopy cover targets across the board, and we can refer to just add 10% to the ones in page 167. So just to increase the targets over a sooner period of time.
It's unclear as to the council's put up amendments. He's now trying to relitigate his own amendments,
I'm
as
not
I
trying to-
understand it.
Yeah.
I just wonder whether we should take 5 minutes and maybe the staff.
Good. What happened was we took 5 minutes to get our head round this, and then all of a sudden we've got it here in front of us and it's getting changed again. So it's making us look a bit daft.
Yeah, I wonder whether.
Shall we take 5 minutes and get Yanni to get exactly what he wants on the screen, and then we can vote for it, yes or no? How's that? Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you.